Listen to this interesting story about the eagle and the life lesson we can learn from the eagle. The eagle is a very unique bird in that it can outlive a whole lot of human beings. It can live as long as 70 years old. But there is something unique about the nature of the eagle. When the eagle gets to around 40 years, the beak will become bent and blunt. The claws will also become so blunt, and it will not be able to catch its prey. The feathers will also become so weak that it may not be able to fly to the high altitudes. So at this juncture, the eagle will need to make a very difficult decision. And that decision is to separate itself, go to the mountain top in order to renew its beak, renew its claws, and renew its feathers. The reason why the eagle needs to climb to the mountain top to renew this part of its body is that if it remains on the earth while renewing all those parts, it will become vulnerable to other predators. So for that reason, it has to go to the mountain top. When the eagle gets to the mountain top, the eagle will crush its beak on the walls of the mountain top in order to pull it off and for it to regrow, become sharp, for it to use to devour its prey. And with that renewed beak, it will also remove the weak claws on its legs and also remove the weak feathers that it has on its wings. Some of the times it has to hit the feathers on the walls of the mountain top in order for those feathers to fall away for the new ones to grow. Now the eagle needs to take this painful decision. Even the eagle that is ordinarily an omnivorous animal, we need to make do with all the things that it can find on the mountain top, eat what it can see, just to make sure that it is renewed. And the eagle stays up to like 150 days throughout this process. When all this must have gone through, the eagle now comes up renewed, strong. So you can now better understand why the scripture said, they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up wings as eagle. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. You can now understand that the wait there is not to just stay and be idle. It's not a call for indolence. The wait there connotes preparation in order for the eagle to survive and to be able to take on the next phase of its life. It needs to separate itself and be renewed. So what's the moral of this story of the eagle? Sometimes it's okay for us to separate ourselves. Sometimes it's okay for us to take some time out from the public glare, just to get more knowledge, get more wisdom, just to be informed, take some courses, take some lessons, take some trainings, take some skills out of the sight of the public. Behind the scene, we get ourselves trained, imparted, so that when we come out as a renewed eagle. Sometimes in order to be able to face the next phase of our life, we need to remove some old stuff, just like the eagle removed his beak, removed his old feathers. It could be attitudes that we need to change in order to be able to face the challenges in the next phase of our lives. It could be relationships, some old, outdated, unnecessary relationships that we may need to change in order to be able to match what lies ahead. It could be fellowship that we need to change. Just as the eagle, if it demands that we change them, then we have to change them. If not, we will lose relevance. Just like the eagle did not want to lose relevance. We will lose strength. We may not have what it takes in order to face the future. Now, if you find this video very impactful, please go ahead and follow, comment, share, and like, so that you'll be able to see more of my videos.